Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark, and it's Tuesday. So we have Fed day tomorrow. Bernanke speaking. Obviously, this market has come a long way in the last 2.5 weeks. We are definitely a little overbought. Definitely constructive patterns across the board. Banks are leading us. High beta is leading us. You actually had some home builders participate today. We might be getting a little long in the tooth. Certainly, I think I could see high beta and a few other stocks that, quite frankly, have had 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row up. They're getting a little extended. They could take a break. Now, that break could mean a little sideways action, or it could mean a little bit of downdraft. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Have a look at the spiders. Again, another doji, which has been basically pretty consistent in the last 2 weeks, every single day. The IWM closing much stronger than the Dow, and the Nasdaq's closing decent also. Some standouts today: Netflix, which was the play of the week the other day, closed right on its high. Pretty impressive, right at highs. I've taken some off. I basically only have options at this point left. I didn't think it was going to do it this quick. If you have a little bit left, maybe you can hold it for another week or two, but it's going to digest somewhere around here. It seems like it wants to go higher, but at the same time, that might be earnings, and it's a matter of whether you want to hold a stock into earnings. That is your call, certainly. Quick sell-off in the morning, but then you had some stuff that recovered relatively well. One of them, Apple, sold off right away, closed very good, and in my opinion, it's basically a bullish engulfing pattern that didn't quite close above the 423.30, I think it was, but it feels like it's ready to at least grind a little higher, possibly to its 50-day around 434. So keep that on the radar for tomorrow, because I think it's one for us to watch across the board. Some things that I think are going to be taking breaks. I think LinkedIn needs a break a little bit. Priceline closed on its high. It's gone past, it needs a break somewhere. Tesla added to the NASDAQ 100. Didn't trade as well as it should have, but at the same time, I'm not so sure you're going to get the sell-off everybody wants. I think it's going to grind higher, and I think that parabolic move is in the cards at some point in time. Certainly keep it on the radar. Hasn't been the easiest stock to day trade from a day-to-day point of view. Excuse me. Oil continues to go higher. I haven't really traded the oil stocks, but you can look at the OIHs. Some of the standouts, I would say, are the PXDs, PXD, EOG. Good-looking charts, good-looking patterns. Just got to figure out where you want to be. Some of the banks participated today. Goldman Sachs trying to play catch-ups, not great. Some of the better ones, WFC and JP of the big boys. Citi played a little catch-up today too. But then you have STI, BBT, some of the regionals, Zion. They look great. They really do. And that's where you have to start looking, understanding PNC. You got to follow the money and follow the tracks, and that's really what this market is telling you across the board. Biotechs are still taking a break. Celgene, BIB look okay. Celgene probably looks the best out of the group, and PCYC looks very good. But at the same time, not the easiest ones to trade. You got to respect the fact that they've come off their lows pretty nicely and regained some key moving averages. But A-plus trades, not really what I'm looking at yet. Facebook, first time I mentioned this in a while, and first time it needed to be mentioned in a long time. Actually closed about 25, and this is the first time it's done this in a while, right at its 200-day moving average, so maybe that's a little resistance. But overall, it looks pretty healthy to me. A nice little base, you can almost make an argument it's a cup and handle that's working itself to the upside. Overall, if this can hold above 25, you're possibly looking at this type of range. Possibly earnings will be the catalyst, so the $27, $28 range for Facebook. We'll have to wait and see. It has stalled out many a time, so don't get too excited about it overall. I think you can start running shorts tomorrow a little bit, just from a volatility standpoint. I don't think you just have to be all long, and I think you could have to continue to be selective. We got obviously do a lot of work every single night to try to find the best in breed, to try to find the best chart opportunities and chart patterns. It's not that easy to find. I've been mentioning some of the IPO stocks that I think people need to look at. You had this EPZM, interesting stocks. I haven't traded it in the last 2 days, which again is a big miss. Go back to your, and do your research on some of these IPOs. They're out there. They look really good. A lot of them are very, very healthy. and GMO the last week. I know we've been trying NDLS today. So they're out there. I think it's something for people to look at and keep on the radar. But overall, guys, this market looks good. I would like to see a little bit of sideways action, downward action. Is this volatility gone, and are we just going to resume, the uptrend, which we've obviously have resumed over the last week or two? Not sure. Earnings are coming into play. Obviously, Friday we've have a few of the banks, and then next week really the bulk of them start. So you're going to get some. The best in breed certainly going to rise to the top. You're going to get some relative strength, relative weakness plays across the board. Right now, earnings expectations are very low, so that might be a signal that things can go higher. But we'll have to wait and see how the next 2 weeks sort of play out. You obviously get a play-by-play on the VTF. Hopefully, had some good days today. We obviously had some good ideas across the board in the VTF, and I think a lot of people were able to capitalize accordingly. So I will be back here tomorrow, and I'll talk to y'all later.
I'm Evan Lazarus, Chief Knowledge Officer for T3Live.com. You don't become a great trader by watching videos and taking courses. You become a great trader through live screen time. Accelerate that learning curve by tapping into the experience of seasoned professionals. Currently, we're offering 5-day free trials to each of our 4 mentoring rooms. In the mentoring rooms, we teach our strategies in the context of the live market. To sign up for a free trial, go to the T3 Live education page, fill out the form, and get started when the next trading session begins. We hope to see you in one of our mentoring rooms.